This is my 2002 Lexus IS300 L-tuned, Series 2 or Stage 2. I'm going to give you a one-pass run-through of all of the features on the car, as well as all the documentation and everything that comes with it. We can go ahead and start there and come back to the car in a moment. Every paper piece or anything that would have ever came with the car, especially upgrades, is also included with it. You can see there's touchscreen, color navigation, all of the owner's manuals, brochures, everything underneath that, all the Xenon lighting put into it, and even the original L-Tune brochure. This is the automobile here. It comes from Lexus. It's a factory kit with all the performance upgrades. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you can see it ranges from rim to body kit, sway bars, mats, and other performance options, and that it is the Series 2. So go ahead and put that there. Just showing the oil information, everything, K&N filters, extra badging, whatever. Going back to the car here, you can see it's got just a few things I'm just going to ramble on as I run through the car with you. It's going to have a colored engine cover. It's got the Optima yellow top battery. We got a K&N air filter inside of here. Spark plugs are going to be your NGK or Denso Iridiums. I can't remember which brand, but they're really, really good. Installed in both of the headlights is going to be your Oracle Advanced Automotive Headlight halo kits. You've got one per, and I'll turn those on for you here in a moment. You've got the fog lights that are also stock. We've got some red pinstriping that runs on the underside here, and then of course on the top that goes around the car one time. If you don't like it, you can rip it off, it doesn't matter. The quarter panels were just recently put on, just within about the last half year. These are your C-Speed or Charge Speed fenders. Paid about $1,800 to get these things and have them professionally painted, and they widen the stance of the IS300 on the front considerably. You can also see it's the mesh inserts, the L-Tune badging of course on the front, and turn blinkers, which I'll also turn on and demonstrate for you here in a bit. The rims are stock with the L-Tune kit. These are Rays. Don't quote me on this, I can't remember what the name of the rim is. I've got it in the description, but it's got the carbon fiber blade that did not come with it. It's real carbon fiber. The calipers are powder coated, not painted, so they won't chip, fade, or anything. The rotors that you can see here are from R1 Concepts, and they're the zinc plated, so they don't rust or wear out as easily. And of course all the lettering, badging, everything has been on this for a number of years, and no peeling, no fading, anything. It's just perfect condition, super awesome. The brakes that are in it, I believe, are the carbon ceramic, and so they just put out hardly any noise, in fact no noise when you brake. Rolling around to the side, just kind of give you a wide stance here of what it looks like. All of the side markers that are on the car, you can see the rear ones here, and the front ones on the front bumper here have sort of a slit formation. You can see that, and so they light up and they just produce a slit whenever you brake or turn on the turn signals, and they're both functional. Coming to the rear, it has the spoiler that came with this model of car. Little touches here is of course the Oracle halos for your taillights. You have a carbon fiber license plate, your TRD Stainless Exhaust, puts out a really good note, and of course everything works. You can see we can take the key here, open the trunk button, open it up. It's got just a little LED light there, lights up the Lexus. It's a little dark, but super clean trunk, plenty of space, and that's the trunk. Moving around the car again, you can see the other side, just awesome condition. Paint's been either just cared for, garage the entire time, waxed, just protected, just super awesome condition. You got the side skirt there with the L-Tune kit, and that is the stand around of the car. Let's go ahead and look on the inside before this video gets too long. Also, you can see that all the headers on the car have been polished and cared for. They really stand out when you open the engine bay. Coming into the car now, just super clean interior. I probably condition the leather in this thing at least every 3 months, just to make sure that it stays supple and doesn't fade out with the sun or the heat or anything. And then of course in the winter when people track in their salt and stuff, we just make sure the carpets are always clean. They're the L-Tune badged carpets. You have your your suede inside, I just clean it with the stripes. That's on all 4 of the doors. You can see that there. Metal side steps, both rear and front. You can also see plenty of room in the back. I'm not going to demonstrate every feature, but the armrest will come down and there's a ski pass through that goes into the trunk. So if you need to do skis or snowboards, we hauled a carpet one time. It will easily fit the length of about here in the car, all the way through the back. Just lots of reasons you can use it. Very good feature of the car. We're gonna go ahead and close that, and we'll start it up for you and show you a few features with that. You can see the steering wheel doesn't have the normal Lexus logo. I have all of that though if you want to replace it, but otherwise it's a real carbon fiber piece, and this is a magnetic phone system for your iPad, or sorry, iPhone or Android. You can place it right on the steering wheel and it'll just magnetically mount so you can see who's messaging you. But then of course, not to promote texting, there's a built-in feature in the radio here I'll show you in a moment, and it'll actually activate Siri for you, do the texting, everything like that. Stepping into the car, everything else is pretty much stock. The only thing that I've wanted to modify on the inside of this is you can see that the cigarette lighter here is now an MP3 player. And what I've done here is just put in a little USB drive with about 32 gigs of music, and it just says right there USB. Probably a little fuzzy. You just plug that in and your music system will actually operate through the factory interface here. Just try to keep it as stock as much as possible without throwing a bunch of junky, cheap stereo components into it. Turning it on, you can see that the GPS display comes up. Everything's in LEDs, all the lighting in fact on the car. Everything from the side markers here to dome lights, I mean you name it, everything is going to be an LED inside this car. So you don't have to deal with anything cheap or yellow. It all lights up just very, very, very nice. Some other features is you wanted to see the halos, we'll do that last. The GPS interface is really, really nice. You can see everything's touchscreen. You can navigate, add addresses into this. I actually prefer this over my phone, even though both will work because they operate through Bluetooth. And it'll tell you the navigation throughout all of your speaker systems. So if you're listening to music and a turn's coming up, it'll actually pause the music for you, tell you the turn's coming up, and then go back to the music. It's super awesome, very, very nicely integrated. And then it goes back to that. What else can I show you in here? Glove box, of course, operates as normal. Everything's just really clean inside of here. You got the L-Tune badging there. Yeah, that's the front. I'll start up for you just real quick, show you that it's strong and it runs efficiently. First time, every time. Oh, I can show you the backup camera. So if we go ahead and put the stick into reverse, and then we come back up, you can see it swaps on over, and that is the back of the garage right there. And so backup camera is also built into the car. It's super awesome for kids and whatnot. Switch it back into park, and it switches back to your navigation for you. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off, leave the lights running, and we'll show you the halos and everything. And then that'll conclude this. Side markers, you can see they operate, they're LED. Those are a little bit extra to put those in the charge speed fenders because they don't come with it. And those halos are just super, super bright. It's probably going to look like crap on this phone, but let's see if we can just, yeah, you know what, the phone just doesn't do it justice. It's one of those things you have to see in person, but it just looks super awesome. They're just a 6000K bright white, and they're just a super nice feature to run around. Makes other BMW drivers jealous probably. A lot brighter, a lot more distinguished than the BMW Halos. You cannot use them for night driving, but they look good during the day and towards the evening. And then of course, both headlights actually have the Xenon in it. They have the Xenon brights that show up and the Xenon daylight running lights. I might have that confused, but both are Xenon 6000K bright white. We'll go ahead and shut that off. You can see it closes automatically and shuts down. I'll shut the hood for you since the car started with the hood up. Show you the hood looks really nice. I'm not going to cinch it all the way down though. Hate when people slam their hoods. And that is the 2002 Lexus IS300 L-Tuned Series 2. Hope you enjoyed, and take care.